everyone, and welcome back to the podcast.
Hello.
Hope you're all doing well.
Yeah, let's hope. We can all but hope, right?
So today we're going to be talking a little bit about self-control and like self-discipline, that kind of vibe, I suppose.
Yeah. Every week I feel like I say the same thing, like, yeah, this is a really good one. And then I'm like, I say that every week. I can't say that this week. But none of them are bad. They're all really big topics. That's the thing. That's where I'm leading with this.
Yeah, no, it's true. It's very true. And we have the affirmation today. So every day I grow stronger in my self-control and inner peace.
Absolutely. I think people get really stuck with like self-control and self-discipline, don't they? I think I feel like people feel like they need to be in control all the time, like
Definitely.
stuff, and then when they're not in control, things go tits up, then everything spirals, and then they think they've been shit. But actually, life doesn't make it easy for you to be controlled 24/7. Like, it just doesn't work that way.
No, exactly. And I think there's like, people believe there's almost like that end result that like when you go through maybe a program or a weight loss journey or whatever you're on, that you're suddenly going to be this person that has complete self-control and discipline, and people can throw chocolate bars at you and you're just going to bat them away like, no, I don't need those.
Oh my god, this is funny because Emma's walking on the treadmill and she's literally batting things away. This is why I'm giggling. Because 100%, right? Like, but who is like that? Like, we've been doing fitness for how long? Like, we've been in this industry for how long? I am never going to bat away a chocolate bar unless I feel really ill and I really just don't want it. But, like, that is never going to happen.
No. Don't get me wrong. Like, I think you do get better, but you're never going to be, like, 100%. Like, I know a lot of people work in offices and people bring in cakes and chocolate and there's always stuff around and, like, yes, there gets a point where you probably can say no some days, but there's always going to be days where your self-control is just not there and you probably do say yes and have some things. Like, you're never going to be like, no, all the time. Well, I'm sure there are some people out there, but they're probably anomalies.
Absolutely. To be fair, when I used to work in the office, they used to put cakes on my table because I never used to eat them. This is when I had a PT, right, before I was a PT. So I was, like, tracking my calories, had to stay in, didn't want to go outside. Actually, and things like that didn't bother me that much anyway. But, like, because I was like, no, I'm going to the gym, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. So people used to just ask, look, they started asking me and then eventually they just stopped asking me because they're like, she's never going to say yes. Like, so they'd be like, can we put this on your table so we don't eat this? And I'm like, yeah, do what you want. Like, I don't care. It's not bothered by it. And then when they had like they'd have a birthday or something or a cake day or whatever. And then I'd go, yeah, actually, I'm going to have one today. They'd all be like, what the hell? And I'm like, I can eat these things. I just don't want them 24/7. Whereas, like, now, I think things are a lot different. Like, sometimes I might track my food just to see where I'm going with it, just because I want some sort of idea. Oh, am I still getting enough protein in? Because I eat similar things most days. But then, like, because I have a bit of chocolate every day, I then don't want to absolutely hammer it and binge on it. So, like, whereas before, when I was tracking my food, and I'd never have anything like that, I'd then get to the point, like, 4 or 5 weeks in and be like, oh my God, I just really want a cake, or I really want this, or I really want that. And then I just eat loads of it. And then that's just useless. Because that is not what you want to be doing. That's not balance, is it?
No. And that's actually a good point because I think not being so restricted and living a more balanced life, you actually have more self-control because you're allowing yourself to have things, you know, not on a maybe daily basis, but you're just allowing yourself to have all things. So you're not like you say, oh my gosh, I want chocolate so much, and then you go buy 10 bags and eat it all in one go because you're just really craving it. So almost living that way makes you have more self-control.
Absolutely. That's like at the moment, Dad's opened a thing of biscuits, like Christmas biscuits, because we're still eating Christmas food. And Yesterday was like a whole box in it, and today it was like, oh my god, there's like 5 left. What the hell happened? I only had 1 yesterday. How much are you lot eating? Like, what's going on here? But I don't feel like I need to hammer those biscuits, because I had 1 yesterday and I was like, oh, that was alright. And then I had 1 today and I'm like, yeah, cool, I'm satisfied. Like, whereas at Christmas time, when there was more stuff, I'd probably be like, like, want to eat all of it, because like before Christmas I was not eating all of this stuff, and I'm like, that doesn't get me anywhere. Stop it.
Yeah.
And we still do that. I still do that. Like, even as a PT, I will still go through those phases where I just hammer the chocolate for ages, feel like shit, and then think, fuck, what am I doing? Like, stop it.
Definitely. And, like, even I bought a pack of biscuits or cookies, whatever, to make some content today. And I opened them and I was like, I shouldn't really have one, but I really want one. So I was like, fuck it, I'm just going to have one. And, like, it wasn't just going to have one. So just have one, just enjoy it. And I enjoyed it and really, like, just savoured it. And I was like, I don't really fancy one now because I've allowed myself to have one. You know, I'm not going to die from having 1 biscuit or 1 cookie, whatever. Like, it's totally fine. Yeah, and I think when you start allowing yourself to do those things, you don't then think, I need to eat the whole thing.
Yeah.
The whole pack in one go.
And that's the thing, isn't it? Like, I had this conversation with my client the other day, and before Christmas, like, since she's been coming to me, like, I don't work with her food, she just comes to me for the exercise and stuff. And she'll say stuff, and I'm like, yeah, but the reason you're, like, hammering all those biscuits is because you're like, nope, I'm not having biscuits, I can't have that because of this, and this, and then, like, later on, like, on a weekend, you're like, oh, I can have a treat. I'm like, don't call it a treat, because if you call it a treat, you'll probably want more, because you're like, oh, I've treated myself. Whereas if you just label it as a normal food, like, you're less likely to want to binge again. Like, the mindset around the talk around what you're eating and doing has a massive part to play. And now, like, after Christmas, she's been like, do you know what? I've worked it out that in the evenings, what I'll do is throughout the day I won't have anything sweet or whatever, but in the evening after my dinner I'll pick 1 sweet thing to have. And actually now I've been doing that, like, every day. I don't want to eat more sweet things through the day, and I actually sit and I savour it and I really enjoy it and it tastes really good, rather than me, like, losing all my taste to it because I've eaten it all day and then gone, oh well, I don't want anything sweet now, I feel a bit sick of it.
Yeah.
She's like, I actually enjoy it.
Definitely. I think as well, like, I was speaking to one of my clients, and sometimes, like, you might not just be able to have 1 cookie, and that's fine. Like, there's also so many of us that are that way. And if that's the case, then it's like setting your environment up to manage that self-control.
Yeah.
As in the sense of, like, don't have things in the house. Like, that's something that I do, because if I know that there's X, Y, and Z in my cupboard, and it's like, oh, after lunch, fancy something sweet, or after dinner, if I've got a lot of things there, I'll probably eat more than what I really want, like, need to have. So I just set up my environment at home so that I have more self-control. So, you know, for one of the ladies I spoke to, I was like, just don't have those things in your house. It's not that you can't have them, ever, but just set yourself up so maybe just have a couple of things in the house, so you can have, you know, 1 thing in the evening, like you're saying, or whenever you want to, but just not loads of things. So it's like, oh, I just have 1 of those, or 1 of those, or 1 of those, and then before you know, you've eaten all your calories in 1 go just on those things. So that's also another good tip, I think, to keep you on track and to help that self-control. Because I don't know about you, but if I fancy a bit of chocolate at night, or something I don't have in the house, I'm not going out and driving to get it because I can't be asked.
Absolutely not. I only ever did that once. I don't know if I mentioned this on the podcast or just when we talked so much when we were in Spain. But, like, I did it once where I really wanted some shortbread, and I walked, like, 2 miles to this shortbread. I walked down to Tesco, and there was none in Tesco. I was like, oh, my life. So then I walked all the way up to Co-op, which was closer in the shortbread, like, if I'd have gone there first. But I was like, no, I'll go to the further one. And then, walked all the way to the Co-op, and they did have some. Thank God. But I obviously really wanted that because I was willing to walk 2 miles for it. Normally,
exactly.
Absolutely not, especially if it's dark, night, can't be asked, no, cold, wet, no thank you. And then you're like, actually, I don't really want that. But like you say, I think, like, pick, like, maybe one thing that you fancy that week or two things that you fancy that week and mix it up between it. And, like, don't have, like, 10 things. But also, then can you start to challenge yourself? Like, so when, like, people, like, really binge eat, like, getting rid of everything... Like, I know you said keep a couple of things, but if you were to then get rid of everything and never have any of it in the house, you're never gonna learn to be controlled around that food when it is there.
Yeah.
So once you get to the point where you've, like, knuckled it down to, like, a couple of things, is it worth then maybe trying, like, have a packet open and see if you can sit there and challenge yourself. It will be really difficult and it will be a horrible feeling to start with, but can you sit there and can you open a pack of biscuits and only have, like, 2? And then sit with that packet of biscuits there, but not have any more.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, practice builds more self-control too, so absolutely do that. But yeah, that's it. Like, have a couple of things. Like, start with just getting things like chocolate. They're in maybe like small bars of chocolate. They're in wrappers, so you can just have that one, and then maybe build it up to buying a pack of biscuits, and then saying, right, I'm going to have 2 tonight. I have 2 tomorrow. So you're still allowing yourself to have them, but building that little bit more self-discipline as well, like you say. Yeah, that's a good idea.
100%. I mean, last year, I remember Dad gave me half a Toblerone, white chocolate one. I just ate it all because I was like, oh, it's here. Yummy. This is great. This year, there was a Toblerone in the lounge, and Mum had said, oh, yeah, I bought it for you. And I was like, you bought me a whole Toblerone? Like, thanks. But I actually had one piece a day. And I was like, do you know what? I'm so proud of myself. I didn't smash that whole chocolate bar. I didn't eat half of it this year. Like, I ate half of it last year. This year... I've been a lot less stressed than I was last year, but I was like, oh, and it's the little wins like that, and you need to remember those things that you do and think, actually, do you know what? I have grown because I would never have done that before. Yeah, exactly. And I don't know about you, but there's always that, like, mindset. I don't know where it comes from. It's probably something to delve into, but, like, almost like the food's not going to be there again. Yeah. There's, like, that fear of, like, and I think that actually comes from, it's actually like a survival thing, because, like, back in the day, it was like, you don't know where your next food is going to come from, right? Which makes sense.
And it's almost now comes like, it's like, oh, I need to finish it all because am I ever going to be able to have that chocolate again? Because it's almost like ingrained into us. Yeah. I think. I'm not 100% sure. So it's also like our own survival, like, instincts that are battling against us as well, because, like you were saying, in this day and age, everything is just so accessible. Like, it's not like back in the day where you had to literally kill your food or whatever to get it. Like, you can just walk into any supermarket and there's literally anything you want. Yeah. Which makes self-control so much more difficult. And then when you've got your survival instinct there, which hasn't, like, kind of kept up with today's age of, hasn't evolved, like, we're pretty screwed. Yeah. In a sense.
100%. That's the thing. That's why I have to, like, barely go to Tesco, like, from now until Easter, because mini eggs all my life and they disappear. So, like, you're like, fuck, I need to eat as many of these chocolate bars as I possibly can, or these chocolate eggs as much as I can until Easter, and then they disappear off the shelves. That is not okay, and that is not fair. So mini egg people, stop that, because you're destroying people's self-control there. Not a fan.
That is so true. Cream eggs and mini eggs actually do disappear, so there is that thing of, like, yeah, it's gonna go.
Yeah. But if you're listening to this, don't go to the shops now and do that. Like, they'll come back next year. It's fine. Like, they're never going to stop. Yeah, but it is really difficult, isn't it? Because I have that. My brain goes to that. I'm like, God, someone else in the house is going to eat this. Like, I'm not going to have a chance to eat that. Like, or, oh, they're going to eat all of this. I need to eat as much as I can now. And I'm like, stop it. Like, stop doing that, because the shop's around the corner. Like, you can go to the shop and go and buy that. If someone else eats it, whatever. Like, get over it. Like, it's such a hard thing to get your mindset out of. And, like, with things like, I remember when I came back from Thailand and I was like, oh my God, there was, like, kids banging on the bus. There was, like, kids with nothing. And I just thought, And before, I never had a problem with leaving stuff on my plate. And then I came back from there and I was like, oh, I've seriously got a problem with leaving stuff on my plate now. I've seen these kids that, like, have, like, nothing.
Yeah, that's so true. That's so true. And that is a form of self-control as well, I think, isn't it? Like, and that's one that was great ingrained into us a lot. So many of my clients say, you know, my parents always told me, eat everything on your plate. You can't leave anything. You're wasting food. And that's such a hard mindset to change. But the way of thinking it is like, it's not wasting it though, because you're just putting extra calories into your body that your body doesn't necessarily need if you are full and you are satisfied. So what's really the difference? Because you're either going to be essentially adding more fat onto your body, or it's going to go into the bin. So which really is the better option? Like,
exactly. And like that, and you're not saving anyone in Africa because the food's going to go in a bin. Like, so what difference does it make if you're going to eat? Yeah, exactly.
Like, you think you're not wasting it, but it's going in. You could gain more fat, and you're just going to shit it. So, I mean,
exactly. Who are you helping there? Yourself?
Yeah.
Or someone else? But it's the same thing, though, isn't it? Like, when you're a kid, kids are really good at being like, no, I don't want any more. Like, I'm full. Like, do not give it to me. Even when they can't talk, they just wave at you like, nah. You try and feed them, and they're like, no. But then as you get older, obviously, you hear your parents say, oh, you need to eat that on your plate or you can't have dessert. You need to eat the rest of that because of this or that. And actually, you're just forcing them to eat more when they don't potentially need more because you've learned how to do that and you're the one paying for the food. So actually, is it a food problem or is it a money problem that you're looking at? Are you scared of wasting the money you've spent or are you scared of wasting the food? Like, what are you actually channeling there? Because I have a money problem, especially when we go out and I've paid for dinner. I want to eat all of that on my dinner plate. Like,
yeah, no, that's so true. That is certainly really true. But yeah, I mean, essentially, if you are full and you are satisfied, like, it's not wasting it if you don't have it. It really isn't. But it is a difficult one, isn't it? But
it is.
Yeah.
It is. But, you know, like you say, and again, it's something you learn, right? I think there was somewhere where I left a slice of pizza. I think I went out with Faye for a birthday and I left a slice of pizza and they're like, are you sure you don't want the rest of that? And I was like, no, take it away, hurry up, take it away. And I was like, I'm so proud of myself. But again, the more you start doing that, the easier it becomes.
Yeah. Definitely. And, you know, even little things like when I'm eating at home now and I might have like 2 spoonfuls left of rice on my plate or vegetables or whatever it is, and I'm just full, and I look at it and go, oh, I only need 2 more mouthfuls. Like, but I'm like, but why would I eat that though? Like, I'm full, I don't need that. Like, I'll just put it in the bin. Like, it's not a problem.
Yeah.
But I think you have that voice in your head of other people going, well, you've almost finished that, like, why don't you just have the last mouthful? It's like, because I don't want to, I'm actually full. But just start small, even if it is just 1 mouthful, like, start small and then, you know, build it up a little bit. Obviously, if you're not full and you want to eat the whole plate of food, like, do it. Like, that's also not a problem. And also, there might be some times where you're just really enjoying it, the meal, and you're out, and, like, I don't know, we all do it, don't we, ourselves, and we're just really bloated and full and uncomfortable because it's just been one really goddamn good meal. And that happens, and that's okay as well, but yeah.
Absolutely. I think sometimes it's like channeling how to, like, stop and think and becoming aware. Like, mindfulness and awareness is a massive thing when it comes to self-control.
Yeah, definitely.
And I know we get a few people, don't we, like, who have done our programs before and have been our own personal clients and stuff and done programs, and actually they may not get to the goal that potentially they think they want to be hitting, but they hit all these other goals that they didn't realise was going to help serve their main goal, if that makes sense. So, like, they'll come in and they might be like, okay, well, I wanted to drop this many pounds or whatever, but actually they've gone, do you know what? I might not have hit that, but I've learned this, and this. And I know if I carry on with this and I'm more aware of this, I am going to get to my goal. Because sometimes it just takes longer than they think it's going to take. And obviously it depends on how long they're with us for. But, like, they'll be like, oh, yeah, I'm more aware. Like, I'm more aware that I don't move. I'm more aware that I don't eat any fruit and vegetables. Like, I'm more aware that I should be putting more protein on my plate and maybe less carbs, depending on what their portion control and stuff is like. Yeah, they're just more aware that maybe they need to sit, think and breathe for a second to help them make a better decision over something. Mm-hmm. I think, like, the awareness of things, if you're aware of what you're doing, right, so when, obviously, like, you know this story, but people on the podcast might not, but like, when I was with Brad and it was, like, shit at the end of it, and we had a gym together and we were getting rid of the gym, I found myself in Tesco. I lived in Port Solent, walked to Tesco, 10-minute walk. And I'd find myself down the chocolate aisle. And it wasn't until one day that I stood there and went, why the hell am I here? Like, I had just walked there on autopilot because I was stressed and I wanted chocolate because that's what helped. And it would just, and I would end up there. And I've probably done that a million times, but I've never realised I've done it until that moment where I went, do I do this every time he annoys the hell out of me? And then I realised that every time that he'd do that, he'd say something. I could be shopping, just going around doing my daily shopping, and he'd say something, and I'd be like, ah, and then I'd be at the chocolate aisle, and I'm like, stop that. But it wasn't until I become aware that I could stop myself from doing that.
Yeah. And that's the thing, like, when a lot of my clients, like, when we talk about, well, what does your day look like? This is maybe what they've eaten for the day. I'm like, sometimes write down why you've had that chocolate bar there, or why you've had this, or what your mood was like, because like you're saying with stress and like emotional eating and things, that's often it. Like, something happens, you have a stressful day at work, or someone pisses you off or whatever, and then you instantly go to whatever it is, a bag of crisps or whatever it might be, and then you just sit there and that's soothing you, but you might not even have linked the fact that that emotion has caused that reaction. So actually, you can go, oh, when Tracy in the office pisses me off, I walk down to, like you say, you walk down, or I go to the snack shop, tuck shop, I don't know, whatever they call them, and get a packet of crisps and sit there at my desk because that makes you feel better in the moment. But it might just be a reaction that you're not even aware of. So actually, like you say, becoming aware of why you're doing these things, not saying it's instantly going to be fixed, you're not going to do that anymore, but then you can start taking the steps to say, actually, maybe I could do something else when I'm stressed. When Tracy pisses me off in the office, I want to go take myself out for a 5-minute walk and just do some big, deep breaths and then come back to my desk, rather than reach for the packet of crisps, you know, swapping those little things as well.
Absolutely. I found for my, like, when I was like that, instead of reaching for, like, a dairy milk bar, I'd go and get, like, a square of dark chocolate, because that would always, like, a square of dark chocolate always curbs my need to, like, binge on chocolate anyway. But, like, that was what worked for me. That, or I had, like, protein puddings, and yes, they were chocolate, but I was like, okay, this is going to be a better option because there's going to be more stuff in this that's probably going to help me get to where I want to get, rather than me then just binging on a shit ton of milk chocolate bars, which isn't going to get me anywhere. Like, and it's not going to make me feel any better. And like you say, there's, like, find something that you can do that is an alternative, 100%. Yeah, just go for a walk if you need to go for a walk. Take some deep breaths. Like if you've got, like, a stress ball or something. I mean, I sit in here and I play with Blue Tack, especially when I'm on my phone calls to clients. And it's not because I'm, like, whatever. It just keeps me, like, doing what I'm doing, like, for me, concentrating. But, like, if you need a stress ball and you need to take it out on that, or if you need to go and punch something, don't punch a wall.
Or that. Don't punch Tracy.
Yeah, don't punch Tracy. Ask a personal trainer to do some boxing with you. Or just whatever it is you need to do. Yeah, find an alternative option rather than just going for the food or the alcohol or stuff like that that's not going to necessarily make you feel any better or align with your goals that you're trying to potentially hit.
Definitely. I think also, like, with the self-control, keep your goals in the back of your mind all the time. Like, keep your why there. Like, sometimes when I think at the end of the day, I'm tired, I can't be bothered to cook, and I'm like, oh, should we just get a takeaway, or should we just go out for dinner? Or it's like I do have food there that's going to take me 20 minutes to cook. When I just have that conversation with myself, I sit down and go, Emma, do you really need to go out and spend money? Or is the better option just to cook that sausage and mash, which is going to take you 20 minutes, and your vegetables? And then I go, oh, I really should just cook that. Like, I just have that conversation because I know that I want to feel good. I want to feel my best. I want to be nourished and energized. And by that, I'm not saying don't go out for dinner at all, because obviously that's not the case. But it's like on that Wednesday afternoon or Wednesday evening, and you're like, oh, you know, I just can't be asked, kind of thing. Lost my train of thought, but
that's the thing.
Yeah, it's like thinking of that why, isn't it?
100%, yeah. Staying with your why and what your future self is going to thank you for, right? We've talked about this before. Like, always think, oh God, when you don't want to do something, the amount of times I'm like, just go shopping, because I hate food shopping.
Yeah.
Like, complete opposite to you, but I'm like, God, just go, because later on in the week you're going to be fuming when you've got no time and you really have or you haven't got your porridge in the morning and you haven't got this or you haven't got that. Like, go and do it now. Or like anything, like you say, like I like window shop on takeaway apps quite a lot. Like Pizza Hut.
Oh yeah, me too.
Constantly. I'm like,
delivery.
Yeah, I like window shop.
So good.
Yeah, and then I'm like, do you know what? You don't need to do that. You do not need to wait an hour. Just go and cook what you were going to cook. Okay, cool, fine.
Yeah.
I will do that. And yeah, I think also, if you're trying to do this on like a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and you really want to go out on a Friday, think about how you're going to feel on a Friday, because more people are like, wait, it's Friday, I can do whatever, right? So would you rather just wait until the Friday and be like, oh, come on, like Friday you're really not going to want to do this, so just go and cook yourself something, or just go and do that one thing that you're going to leave until Friday and you wish you hadn't done that. Like, I think there's always, look at your goals, keep your why in mind, because if your why is powerful enough and you really, really want your why, you will have those conversations in your head. Like, so many people are like, how are you motivated? How are you this? How are you that? And I'm like, because I've just got that. I've got me talking to me going, stop doing that. Like, we always have these things, don't we? Where you just, oh, I can't be asked. Don't want to do that anymore, blah, blah, blah. We're all human. We all go through the same thoughts. Yeah. But it's whether your little voice in your head, or your little voice could be me or Emma, you know. Some people have us in their heads.
Some people have done that. Clients have said to me they've had me in their head before.
Yeah, I'm just about to do this, and I can just hear you going, should you be doing that? Should you go out for longer? Should you walk around? Yeah, or whatever it is. But it's just having that little voice in your head going, right, is this a good idea? I'm going to stop and think about this before I actually do it, before I make a decision. If I've thought about it and I've stopped and I'm like, right, I feel like this is the best decision, then I absolutely crack on with it. But if you stopped and thought about it and you think, actually, do I need to do that? Then maybe you shouldn't do it, depending on what it is.
And like you were saying there, like, so on Monday I went into the office that I'm now working in, and the night before I was like, oh, I really should just pack my little lunch boxes and get everything prepped, because I get up early, I've got X, Y, Z to do. And in my head I was like, oh, I just want to lay here on the sofa and watch TV and I can't be asked to do it. And I had that battle in my head and I was like, but if you don't do that, you're going to be so pissed off with yourself tomorrow morning, because you're going to have to rush around, go and do that. You probably won't end up doing it. So you probably then go out and spend a £5 on lunch. Probably won't be as healthy. You're wasting money. You don't need to do that. So I was like, just go and spend 5 minutes putting it into those boxes, putting it in the fridge, and then all you got to do tomorrow is grab it. And like, I was like, oh, okay. And I went and did it, because I was like, I know that's the right thing to do. And it literally took 5 minutes, but it's a constant battle in your head, no matter how long you've been doing it for. You just get better at winning, I think, don't you? That's the thing.
I think that's the key. You get better at winning.
Yeah.
Every day of the week. Because there's so many workouts I don't want to do. There's so many runs that I don't want to do. So many football training sessions I don't want to turn up to. Just so much stuff that half the time I'm like, no, I don't want to do it. But then in my head I'm like, just shut up. Like, you are going to do this. And like you say, there's so many more that you win. And then afterwards you're like, I'm so glad I did that.
Yeah.
It's remembering that feeling afterwards as well. Because I bet for you on Monday when you walked downstairs and all you had to do was get those boxes out the fridge, you were like, thank God I got up last night and did this.
I was like, thanks, Emma. Thank you so much. You're a good friend.
Thanks for looking after me.
We're going to get on today.
Yeah, we are friends today. But that's the thing, that and building habits, isn't it? Building habits around this is a massive thing. Like, once you start building these things into what you normally do as part of your life, like you say, most of the battles you will win.
Yeah.
And if you do lose a couple, don't worry about it. It's fine, because you're going to win the next one.
Exactly. Just don't lose too many in a row.
Yeah.
Like, catch yourself, because it's easy to break habits. It's hard to build habits, hard to become this way, but it's easy to stop being like this. So try not to do 2, 3, 4 days, you know. If it's been 2 days, catch yourself, bring yourself back in, you know, because, otherwise it is difficult to come back. Yeah,
absolutely, especially if you haven't been doing it for that long. And when I say haven't been doing it for that long, even a year is not that long, right?
Yeah.
In comparison to a lot of things. It's like my yoga. Did it for 3 months every day. I've probably missed 2 or 3 days this month, but there was like Friday and Saturday I didn't do it, and I was like, well, Sunday I better get doing that, because otherwise this is going to be a habit, and then I'm going to stop doing my yoga. And and I know what I feel like when I don't do it, so I'm like, no, let's not do that. But like you say, I caught myself. I'm like, okay, that's a couple of days out, like, get back on it, come on. It takes 10 minutes, like, go for something small, get the smaller one in. Oh, actually, I've been doing it for 10 minutes, I might as well carry on. Fine, I'm enjoying this now. Sometimes you've just got to start.
Exactly. Yeah. Wow.
Oh my God.
I think we rambled on.
We did,
as
didn't it?
usual.
Half an hour, boom. But that's all right. I feel like this
Perfect
is quite
timing.
an energising, like, this is a good one.
I think, like we always say, it's a good one.
Always a good one.
But thank you so much for listening, everyone. Hope you've taken a few little pointers away from that anyway. And if you have any questions or you want to share anything with us, then you can contact us at contactempoweryouFitness@gmail.com. We'd always love to hear from you.
Absolutely. Or we both have free WhatsApp groups, so if you follow us on Instagram, you can join us in our groups. We always discuss stuff like this, ask people what they want to hear, and if they've got any ideas. So again, you can join us in either one of them as well. Definitely.
Wow. Well, have a good rest of your morning, day, evening, whatever time of day it is for you, and we will catch you in the next one.
Absolutely. Have a nice
Bye.
day. See ya.